All right, guys. Welcome to Monday night's live session. We're gonna cut it to an hour, so we're gonna try to be quick. We're gonna go over quite a few stocks today. We're gonna review some stocks, and we're gonna look at some new stocks, and we're gonna be looking at quite a few uh, tech stocks and some favorites that I like. So let's go into it already. So today we had a pullback on SPY. We held 415. Now, I've been saying hedge up in this area, right? In this 410, 415 area, I've been saying, hedge up, keep a hedge up. Since last week, we've been saying hedge up in this zone. We've been going straight up, and we did have some divergences that we were cautious about. We had some divergences we were cautious about. So we did say hedge up, and if you did hedge up, it helped a little bit. Let's see here. But SPY's looking. The only thing I don't like about today's candle is we did put in a morning star. We gapped up, created a cross, a doji, and then we gapped down. The only thing I do like is that we did create a bottoming tail on today's candle, and we held 415. That's a good thing. Now, going into in this area, we want to see this downtrend broken. So we want to see this downtrend broken, because if we don't, we have a possible downtrending channel forming. So we're going to be looking at a break above 416 for a positive bullish breakout. So breakout on the hourly. So 415, 416 would be the breakout zone, and that would break the downtrend. And then what would confirm the uptrend would be a push above 416.72. Okay. So we will make that 10. Okay. Confirmation of uptrend would be a break above that 416.72 on SPY. So we're looking at SPY right now. We had a nice push up to 417, almost 418, and then we pulled back. Now we're seeing, are we gonna hold this downtrend, or are we gonna break that 416 and push to 416.72 and break that? If we do, then it's going to be a nice uptrend that's forming this way. But if we don't, and this rejects, then we can definitely come back down. But as of right now, on the daily, we have that morning, not morning. We have this gap and gap, but if we get above that high that we had today, then that's gonna pretty much cancel this out. This isn't gonna be confirmed. All right, so that's what we're looking at. SPY going into the Qs. In the Qs, we just kind of been consolidating here. We did have that same gap up, gap down situation, but we held the uptrend. So here's the uptrend line here, and we did hold that, and we held that previous breakout. So we can hold that and continue to push higher. But if we do, this is forming a cup and handle pattern situation. We are slightly above the breakout, but remember our levels here. We can move these up now. So our bearish below 335.72. Confirmation of bearish is still going to be that 332.70. Okay, we do have a gap fill here. Basically, the confirmation of that bear is that gap fill. So we have another gap fill here at 320. and then here at 314. Doesn't mean we have to get them, but looking at the charts, the RSI is kind of getting tired, and the stochastics is doing fine, but the RSI is still looking a little tired. But doesn't mean that we're necessarily going to pull back, but it does mean that we can consolidate for a little bit as this RSI pulls back a little bit. So looking at that, you see the TTM squeeze is also getting a little less momentum to the upside. Volume still low volume. Let's see, give me a minute. Still low volume, so we're not too worried. This is definitely a cup and handle pattern setting up, and we have a lot of cup and handles that are setting up through a couple stocks that we're going to be looking at today. So let's get into them. So right now with QQQs, we're looking at it to either continue to consolidate or to pull back a little above that 342. Let's go into hourly chart. So here we got that uptrend line, and we hit that uptrend perfectly, and we're holding it. We're basically grinding on that uptrend line now. So this is the barrier here at 342 area. So if this uptrend line stays, then we could form an ascending triangle pattern, and that ascending triangle pattern can push to new highs. RSI double bottom on the RSI here, and this uptrend line, if it does continue to hold, then yeah, we're definitely going to be forming a ascending triangle pattern, which would take us to that would take us to basically 348, 345. So about 345 and 348. That would take us there if this becomes an ascending triangle. And it's looking like it is. It's looking like it could be definitely setting up that ascending triangle pattern. Would have to see it test 342.50 again, and then see if it breaks out to the upside. But as of right now, it's saying that the momentum to the downside is slowing, and it's looking good for a little pop. But I'm not sure how big that pop is going to be until this is out of this pattern. All right, so going into tech, we see that we have a cup and handle. We have that inverse head and shoulders that fired off. Now we're setting up for another pattern. Now what pattern is that going to be? That cup and handle. Hourly chart, setting up that ascending triangle pattern. Now ascending triangles can break down also. So can this break down? Sure. Do we have anything on here that is telling us that we should be looking for a breakdown? Let's see. Let's see here. All right, so we have highs, and we do have a bearish divergence on the QQQs, and it's still in that bearish divergence. So can it break down? Sure it can. So that's why we're staying hedged. We stay hedged, especially on the Qs. All right, let's see here. All right, so now let's go into some text. So Apple, let's go into it first. Apple has that same pattern that the Qs have, that cup, and we're going sideways. So it's basically performing a cup and handle, just like the Qs are. So we can consolidate a little bit on Apple. If we do pull back, then we can come down back here to this gap fill zone at 127 or 128, 127.80. That would be a major buy zone. Okay, we do have earnings coming up, so that is at 428. Today is the 19th. Can we consolidate or sell up and down before that time? Definitely. So we could consolidate up and down until the 19th. So the 28th is next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, can we consolidate for a week? Sure, we can. Okay. Do we want to break out before earnings? I don't know if it would be good. I would like to see consolidation build before earnings, and that would give me a higher confidence that earnings are going to be good and a pop is coming for earnings. But if we do push before earnings, then I would probably be a seller into earnings. But I think it's be a little consolidation, and maybe pullback. Doesn't have to be a deep pullback like this, but we can just consolidate, set up that cup and handle, and then pop off and then hit new highs into probably next month. Let's go into.
Go ahead and check out the hourly and the 4 hour.
Let's
on
go
the
check it.
on Apple. Nice ascending triangle. Looking like it's gonna break upside tomorrow, actually.
Let's see here. Yep, we do have a ascending triangle. Ascending triangle. We do have a divergence though.
Yeah, until it's broken right there on the upside. So looking for a break upside.
Yeah, if that breaks to the upside, definitely could.
Yep. Treat it no different than than candlesticks, right? RSI breaks to the upside of that blue line. That will probably signal the breakout of this ascending triangle. Probably would see 137 this week if that's the case. Possibly even 140. I mean, these hourly charts are showing. I mean, these lower time frame charts are showing a lot more moves for the following day and intra week. I'm starting to see as we have been maintaining a trend throughout the market. So I mean, this looks good. I mean, until that 133 is lost, then this would negate the ascending triangle, right? So we're looking for that tomorrow.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's see here. Now hourly definitely looks good. We do have that divergence. Once it breaks, if it breaks to the upside, then that's going to be a good sign because the ascending triangle will break to the upside, the divergence will be gone, and we would have a nice push on Apple to the upside. Let's go to the hourly chart here. So let's look at this here.
I believe they might have an event tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Apple got a squeeze on the hourly. It's popping off right now. But I think the confirmation would be above that 135.50. Above that, and that's going to be a good breakout. And we would go towards on this ascending triangle here, we would pop off towards 137 and basically 138. So 137, 138.50 would be our targets on the hourly there. So we'd get squeezed, and it is squeezing. This is getting tighter and tighter. Pop off, it would pop up. But then if it did do that, we would stop. Yep. Let's see. Extend that to the left here. Yeah, we got some good resistance at that 137. Yeah, we got good resistance at 137. 138. We do got some resistance there at 138 as well.
Yeah.
So
That's
those
why
are
I say
those are
up
good
to
targets.
137. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
those could
sense.
definitely go. Can we go and test all-time highs until earnings? Sure, we can, and make an even bigger cup. Yeah, definitely. Could this be the just the middle of the cup and it's still going and it comes back up to the highs and then it forms a huge cup, say like on the weekly chart? Most definitely can definitely do that. But we're just looking at all ways. And the hourly does look good. Um, so be prepared on Apple for it to move tomorrow because it's getting so tight, it's going to move up or down tomorrow. So tomorrow, up or down, it's going to happen. And it was one of the strongest ones today, considering QQQs was very weak.
Yeah.
So QQQs was weak, didn't recover as well. Apple recovered very well, almost back to where it was. Um, so Apple, one to keep an eye out for tomorrow and watch. Okay. So if we do pop above that 135.50, then anticipate 137 and 138. 137 would be a good area to sell because there is very strong resistance there right here. But if we do get above it and hold, then we're definitely going to that 138.40. So keep that in mind. All right. And let's go into Amazon. So Amazon also making a cup and handle on the daily. Um, it likes to make little cups here. It's making huge cups and then kind of pull back. But what we're looking at here is we hit our two targets of 333.3 and 34.24.50. This was our high target on the daily, and we hit those pretty well. Now, if we do pull back, we got earnings coming up on 4/29, which is right after Apple's. So that's going to be Thursday. So Thursday's earnings is going to be after market close. Um, we see that the momentum is slowing and everything else looks fine. We do have a perfect cup forming, and now we're kind of consolidating and making the handle. Now the handle can hold 33.33, which was our previous target. But if it does lose that, we could have stronger support uh, over here at 32.65, as there is stronger support hit this level. Okay. So if it's very strong, 333.3 is going to hold. If it's not, then it's going to pull back to that 32.65, which is still going to be a very strong buy. We have our 20-day coming over, our 200-day, 100-day, and 50-day. So that is a good sign. It's a very good sign. We have a good sign on there. Let's go into a lower time frame. 4 hour here. So here we have just kind of a bull flag forming, right? This bull flag still has room both to the bottom and the top of it. So it's kind of just in this channel, sideways channel. Can it still consolidate? Yeah, it still can. Doesn't look as good as Apple for a pop tomorrow, but this could be a nice long-term play. There's our uptrend line. So we'll see if it breaks that uptrend or it holds it tomorrow. Tech is going to reverse on that uptrend, then it should hold this.
Yeah, definitely.
Stochastic's
Looks like
telling us that it's bottoming on the hourly, so it could definitely move up tomorrow. And 4-hour chart is just telling us, hey, we're in consolidation right now. Low sell volume, not anything crazy. And yeah, you got anything to add, P?
Yeah, just going back on the weekly, we go back to last year. We just take a look at it real quick. I mean, it's kind of almost similar. I mean, I'm just looking for this. This will be awesome to see happen, right? Which it very well could around earnings time, right? So if you look last year, right? You look right here where we were, came up, strong push, sell back down, whipsaw back down to support, where we saw support here as well as last year, right? Follow me? So now we put in reversal candle back in March of last year, right? Same reversal candle back here in March, being presented, and almost similar to same setup, right? One bounce, came up, resistance, one bounce, came up, resistance, consolidation, one try again to try and break out, one try again to break out, failed, come down, one last test of support, rally up. Now, can this same leg be executed throughout the following, like for the rest of the year? That's going to be the question, right? You know, you got what is it, 7 or 8 months of consolidation here. This one was a little bit longer, so the upside was a little bit longer as well, right? As far as how wide the consolidation was. But here we have a potential monthly bull flag that's going to fire up, and Amazon could reach 4,000 plus before the year is out for sure. But yeah, I just thought I'd just point this out. Same setup, same thing happening. Just see if history repeats itself. All right. But other than that, daily and our normal, the ones that we keep tabs on for the near term, our lower time frames, those look like we could consolidate though, or we could pop, given that earnings is next week. So.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so Amazon, we're looking at that one, a longer term play. Is it ready right now? Not just yet. I don't think it's as ready as it could be. We're gonna have to see what it looks like closer to earnings, and then we could see, hey, is earnings going to provide a pop down and then ramp up, or are we going to ramp down first and then earnings is going to provide that pop up? So keeping that in mind, we had a nice huge move, and once we get these huge moves, we gotta take a rest, let more buyers come in, more people jump in, and then take this baby higher. So Amazon overall looks good, long term, beautiful. Um,
Yeah.
But
I would definitely say at 3250, any retest within now in earnings or thereafter, I would say any retest and hold of 3250 is a long area. That is where that's the target that I think will be an area that you can actually go long and get in before the major run. I mean, we saw an impulsive move from the bottom, right? From the last test of 2878, right? Impulsive move to create an ascending triangle that we broke out of, right? But that was that was leg one, and we had a correction leg within that ascending triangle. That was a wave two, and now we're just finishing up this wave three, and it looked like we can come back down, and test 3250 as a wave four, and then set up, so it just depends. But 30 is it 3333? That's going to be a stronghold for Amazon to hold for this week for sure.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right, let's keep this ball moving. Let's go into Tesla. So Tesla hit our gap fill area target and then sold off. Didn't hold our support at 337. I mean 737. We did gap fill here, which we did mention that could happen last week. We did mention that gap fill could happen, but it would be a buy. It would be a buy, and we did hit our targets. We held it, reversed, held. The 100-day and 50-day looks good. So here we are making possible that we are making a higher low here. We're going to have to wait for confirmation tomorrow. Tomorrow, if Tesla could get up above 337, I mean 737.60, that's going to be a strong buy. I mean, it's a strong buy here, but if it continues to go lower tomorrow, then that's not gonna. This is kind of gonna cancel that out. This right now is signaling a strong buy, especially with the gap fill. We do have a little gap here as well, but this was the major gap right here. So considering that the moving average is held, that's signaling us that hey, we have a pretty good buy area here. So if this holds, reverses tomorrow and pops up, makes a higher high, then that's going to be signal that we're possibly making a higher low here, and that we're going to be heading towards this area of 850. 830 to 850 is going to be our major target. It's been our major target. It's still our major target from a pullback. Now, does it mean that it's going to have a massive pullback? Not necessarily, but we are signaling that this is a good area to sell before a pullback happens, before you get back in. I'm hoping that it does that before earnings, so that it could have a nice pop for earnings. But we will see. Earnings are on 426. So 426 is next week on what's that, Tuesday? Monday. So it's on Monday. Is it before open? After. So Monday after the market is earnings. So here we want to see a big move this week towards that 850 area. If not, because that is asking a lot, then we could have that move at earnings. But so far so good. Uptrend is still maintaining. Higher highs, higher lows. Going into a 4-hour chart here, we have possibility of a channel forming here. So if this possible channel forming, if it does hold, then that would be a nice channel towards that 850 area. Can we get 850 this week? It's possible. Tesla's done it before. Now, we do have a little bullish divergence on the stochastics, so that's good. RSI, not really, but stochastics is telling us, hey, good possibility. We had a high volume today, but it was a reversal day, so that's a good thing that we had high volume, because we love high volume on reversal days. Tell us that buyers were definitely coming in. After hours, Tesla is moving up 720. So that's a good catalyst of possibly hitting the 830 this week. Can we move 100 points in a week? Sure we can. So downtrends testing now. Hopefully it breaks and it continues higher. And if we get above that 737, which it's already at 721, above that 737.60 is telling us, hey, this is a go. It's a go. Like, should have bought today and should have added if it's above 737, because that 737 area is where we're bullish, very bullish above. That 711 area was good support. It went below it, hit the uptrend, and then came back, held that support, and now we're right now technically in the chop zone. So here's the chop zone area. So we're technically in there, but above that 737.60, we're going to be out of it and possibly starting to move up. Let's see here. So this W pattern is still in effect, as we're still continuing to make higher highs. So W pattern's target is still above it, higher, but we do have a strong area of resistance at that 850, 830 area. All right. Okay, let's see what's next. We did Apple, We did Facebook, Amazon, Tesla, SPY, QQQs. One of my favorites right now, one of my favorite stocks right now that I'm looking at, that I'm actually in, is NEO. Now, got in NEO Friday. Kind of went kind of went on some weeklies and some longs. NEO looks good. NEO has a bullish divergence on the daily. Nice bullish divergence here.
Bottom.
Nice bottom on the stochastics. Nice bottom on the stochastics. Buy volume is increasing at the 200-day moving average, which is great. We had above the average buy volume Thursday, and we had good buy volume Friday, and then we had good buy volume today. Now on the chart, we broke the downtrend, and we held it, back tested it, held that 200-day, and today we got above this uptrend here. Now, our initial target was 37 from the 200-day, and then now our next target is 39. Now, if we get above 39, that is going to be very bullish, and then we're going to be heading towards 42. Now, if we break above 42, then we'll be going to the 45 area, 44, 45 area. So NEO could increase from where we had, see, at the 30, 35 area, so 35, that could increase a nice $10 in this month. This month could increase a nice $10. NEO has big days, so it has big days down, it has big days up. Right now, it's forming a reversal Friday. It reversed, put in a piercing line reversal. We have confirmation of it today. So now we need to get above this 38. And once we get above that 38, that's going to be a big signal to buy. But more big signal to buy is above that 39, because that 20-day has been rejecting it hard rejection.
Absolutely. Yep.
Once we get above that, it should confirm that there's no sellers there now. Now there's going to be buyers, especially with this big giant bullish divergence on there. Let's go into lower time frames, check it out. So NEO, see here. Here we had a bullish divergence on the 4-hour chart. We had a nice bullish divergence on the 4-hour chart. Held that 35.80 very nicely. Now we're trying to get above that 37.12, which is our first target, and this resistance. Once we get above that 38's next, and then that 39. And then once above that 39, it's going to be a nice move. Momentum's going to the upside. Stochastics looks good. RSI looks good. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour, everything looks good as well. Stochastics looks good. We had a nice pop in the morning, and then we sold off, and then we popped back up. So basically, it came back where we were almost. Well, now we are almost. Tomorrow, I think that this continues to go. NEO, cheap stock, very good possibilities of what it could be doing. It's a mover, and it's been consolidating in this descending triangle pattern. It's out of it, but it's back tested it. Now it just needs to go. We do have earnings coming up, 4/29, and 4/29 is next Thursday, same day as Amazon. So Tesla's earnings are going to affect NEO's earnings as well. So we're going to see a move. Although NEO doesn't move like Tesla, it's affected by Tesla. So we do have this kind of W pattern forming if we can start to move up. On the the weekly, we had a nice bottoming candle last week, and we've been holding this 35.80. Momentum is squeezing to the downside. but stochastics telling us that, hey, we're in bottom area. We're in bottom area on the weekly. We mentioned that before for Apple, and what happened with Apple?
But that's like probably what the peak melt physique.
So let's see here. We mentioned that with Apple when it was on bottoming at that 120, and now we're at that 135 area. So we're looking at Neo on the same thing. Let's see here. Neo looking at the same thing.
Yep.
Bullish divergence on the daily, and then weekly is stochastics telling us, hey, bottom is coming, or bottom is basically here. So that is telling me that Neo has great potential to pop up, and even if it doesn't make new highs, we can pop up to 47, 48, and maybe even a little higher, 50s, and maybe form a head and shoulders pattern. But that's still going to pop to about 50 to make that right shoulder. But it's looking good. It's looking good. RSI is right below 50, but not by too much. It could pop back up above 50. Let's see here. Daily looks good. All right, let's go to the hourly already. We already did that on the hourly. Yep. Get above that 37.12, and 38 is for sure coming. And then above that 38, then 39 is for sure coming. So that's what we're looking at, Neo. Long Neo, short term and long term, it's looking great. It's looking great. All right, so Neo. Okay, let's go into let's see, IBM. So IBM had earnings today, and they let's see here. They beat it. They beat it pretty by a good amount. So that's good. It was setting up a bull flag pattern, and let's go into the 4-hour. So we're above that breakout on that 37.07, and we're holding that breakout. So that's good. We can see a consolidation and then continuation, and then we should head towards those 140s, 148 area, and then head to our 150 targets and our 180s targets. So they're good earnings, so that could bring in buyers. We can start to move. It is holding that breakout level. We want to continue to see it hold that breakout level at 137.07. If it continues to hold that, then there's no reason to sell this. It's going to keep going. If you have long term, go ahead.
Yeah, you mind if I just point out what we were talking about? Like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, right? We were talking about we needed to hold that key level for that pullback at 131, right? And I know that for us that held IBM before earnings, it was probably we're probably, dang, we should probably skim some off or add or whatever the case is, or wait till after earnings. But I mean, this just coincides with what we were talking about a month ago with IBM outperforming back in March, breaking out while the market was choppy, and then we had also a continuation, and now we're seeing the actual our leaps that we're suggesting, the things that we're going over for our long term for IBM. I mean, it's all coming together now, because now you have the fundamentals actually adding up and showing that there's some breadth there for this company to continue to rise, and we're seeing a weekly breakout on the inverse head and shoulder. We had that completed. We saw a back test, and now we're just heading back, continuing the same analysis that we came up with a month ago. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. It's just awesome to see that IBM is consistently adding up, and it's trucking along ever since we I mean, I've been looking at this since 119. So I mean, it's cool to see all this pan out, holding that key level 131, bounce there, and then just awesome earnings. I mean, it just shows that the company is going to be strong for the remainder of the year, and that our price targets are having a real strong possibility of being met. You know, the 180, the 200, things like that. So just wanted to point that out for those long IBM holders.
Yep. Looks good. Hold that line tomorrow, and it should continue. Had a nice squeeze, pop going. Everything looks fine on it. Looks good. All right, let's go into see here, AMD. So AMD is basically creating a little cup and handle and a bull flag pattern. It's holding that support of 80.39. It hit that today and then reversed. We would like to see it above this 50-day moving average, because that's what's the problem. This 50-day has been acting as resistance for the past previous highs. So here, and here. So we want to get above that 50-day, and it looks like it wants to. We still are going towards that 88.80 gap fill area. Let's go into a lower time frame here. So here, held that support. Okay, held it nicely, reversed on it, and let's see here. We have a little dragon pattern on AMD actually. Just noticed that right now. We did have a bullish divergence here, but it broke today. Broke that today. Can we get back up? Well, it depends on if we're gonna push up over that 8150, which is gonna be that is that 8150? It's gonna be 8250. 8250. 8250 is gonna be our 50-day. So our 50-day is 8250. So let's go type that in. So 50-day resistance, bullish above on the daily. Got that. Okay. $50-day resistance. There we go. So above that 82, let's do 8250. So that's going to be our bullish above. We are holding that support, so that is we're still bullish. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. So we did break this low, but we're holding this low here. This is our major low. That's our stop. You know, that popped up. Consolidation, little sell-off, but now I think it's done, and I think it's time for buyers to come in. Stochastic says that buyers are coming in. 4 hours says that it's almost there. The RSI on the 4 hour is still on the crisp of divergence. It hasn't necessarily broke yet. Let's see here. Let's grab this. So here, we're still bullish divergence. Still bullish divergence on the RSI. The stochastics is telling us, hey, it's coming to a bottom. It's basically at a bottom. We just need to have the slower stochastics come down a little bit, and then we switch it up. But AMD still good to 88.80 and more, but just setting up a little cup and handle bull flag pattern, and it still looks good. It is a little volatile, but that could be a good thing, because when it makes its big move up, we could have a nice pop. So we have this consolidation area, and we have that 86.20 is going to be a resistance point, and then we have this consolidation area, which is going to be our area where we're kind of going to be less risky, because that's a big resistance area. And gap fill. That gap fill 88.80 to 92 area, that's going to be a good area to kind of start taking some profits or saying what kind of pattern it's going to be setting up. Okay, so AMD we covered, and let's go to Valero and oil. So here we have a bullish channel on the daily, and here we are holding that support of 71. We're having trouble on that 50-day, okay, and that 20-day. We got those two difficult moving averages right there. We do have a nice squeeze forming with momentum moving towards the upside. We had good buy volume come in on Friday, and then today we had some sell volume come in, but not as much as the buy volume that we had yesterday. I mean on Friday. So as long as this continues to hold this area, we could see a big pop back up. We could get out of this a little bit, but I'm sure it's going to have a big pop up. There's no reason for Valero to sell off. We do have earnings coming up, 4/22, so that's actually in a couple days. So that's actually Thursday. Thursday is the earnings. So can that pop off? Sure. Let's look at a longer area. So we do have a huge gap here, but I mean, this is kind of like pandemic area. We had a bullish divergence, well, kind of a bullish divergence. We have this W pattern. So this W pattern is telling us that Valero is going to see basically 106. Okay, so that's the price target for W on the weekly. Let's see here. So let's extend that to the left here, and we could see that that was previous resistance. So this could be the area where we go. We are holding above that 100-day. We do have a resistance point of about 79. About it's basically 80, which is going to be our resistance. 200-day resistance on the weekly. That's going to be our target there on there. So here we see that we are forming a little W pattern on the daily as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And this target is telling us we could go to 86.50, 87 area on this pattern, this W pattern. Can we hit it to that 90? Possibly. Depends on the momentum of the earnings and how we push through this area. But this channel is pretty solid. There's not enough sell volume to break it down, because we should have went through it here. We definitely should have went through it here, but then we reversed, and now we're consolidating. Lower sell volume, higher buy volume. That looks good for a push higher. Let's go look at the hourly really quick. 4-hour chart. So 4-hour chart, basically just sideways consolidation right at that support at 71. Just going sideways, getting below it a little bit, coming back up, getting below it a little bit, coming back up, and then we have that resistance at that 76. So this is what? This is going to be the chop zone. That's going to be the chop zone. Chop zone is basically right here, and we're just consolidating. And then once we get above that 76.15, we're going to start moving nicely. But until then, we're in that chop zone here. Okay, let's go to 1 hour, see what we're looking at. Or let me check out this really quick. Okay. So Cassic's telling us, hey, a bottom's coming. RSI is looking fine. Let's go to the hourly chart. Hourly chart here. Let's remove that so you can see. Okay, RSI on hourly. Looks fine. Stochastics telling us, hey, bottom's in. Bottom's pushed in. Let's see here. All right, so we're gonna have a test of that downtrend at about 71, 71.15, 71.15 area. Okay, let's go. All right, but other than that, if we do lose this this channel with a big sell day for some reason, because there is a squeeze forming, you know, obviously we're gonna be targeting this gap fill here at 64.73. 64.73 is going to be our gap fill target. So gap fill on the daily, and there's that. And do we have any others? This one is a major gap fill, but don't know if it's going to get that unless some real bad news comes out. So we're still long Valero. It is a nice W pattern on the daily, nice W pattern on the weekly. Squeeze with momentum moving up on the daily. Good buy volume coming in, and this consolidation is not a bad thing. Consolidation could be a good thing, and then we get a nice pop, just like this pop, or multiple pops like this. W patterns like to sell off hard, and then they like to pop up hard. Okay, just like the Apple W pattern, right? Right, there we go. Nice push up. Okay, hard drop down, nice push up. All right. All right, now let's go into BA, or actually let's go to XLE really quick since we're already on Valero. Go to XLE, and we can see XLE from this bottom here, from this low 27, this uptrend is right here, and we can see that Valero and XLE have the same pattern forming, and we have the same squeeze forming on the daily. Except Valero had more buy volume coming in than XLE did. XLE is the energy ETF, so that is kind of like the overview of all of the energy stocks. It has a nice little gap here. So gap fill on the daily. Okay, so this consolidation, again, it's not a bad thing. Okay, this consolidation here is not a bad thing. It is consolidating to find more buyers, and it's holding that uptrend, held it here, held it here. We could have a nice move above these moving averages of the 20 and 50 day. Now, Valero is having the same problem with that 20 and the 50 day. So if we have a nice move tomorrow, which this candle is signaling there could be a nice move tomorrow, then that will get above these two moving averages that's been kind of being hesitant from price to be moving higher. Same on Valero. So if we do that, then we could have a possibility that the squeezes start to fire off, and then we create that right leg of the W pattern. So here's one, mid, and then two. And then this W pattern would suggest that we're coming to about 55.50. So W pattern, if we get that W pattern, target would be that 55.50. So downtrend is already broken. We already broke it, and then we back tested. Back test confirmed. This is a confirm. Well, it's not confirmed yet. It's indecision candle tomorrow. If we get a green day on XLE, that will confirm that we are gonna continue to push and hold this uptrend. let's go to a lower time frame really quickly. And we see that we're holding that uptrend line perfectly. Grab that here. Downtrend. That's gonna break or hold tomorrow. So it's gonna make a move tomorrow. Stochastics telling us that we're bottomed, right? Let's see. Let me grab this here. If it allows me to. There we go. Stochastics telling us that we bottomed here, and it's time to move up. So Valero XLE oil, that looks like it's going to move up tomorrow. RSI is right below 50, but we could get above 50 easy. It's at 47.50. Could get back above 50 easy. Do we see any divergence here? No divergence at all yet. Okay, let's go to a 1 hour. 1 hour chart. So let's see here. RSI. We got a little divergence there on the RSI where we're moving up, and this one was moving down. We got a little bullish divergence there. Stochastics telling us, hey, we're cruising, along. Okay, we do got a squeeze, and it is firing, and we do have a uptrend forming on the hourly, slightly, right? There's our uptrend here. So this could be a little falling wedge. We pop this, squeeze fires, and possibly daily squeeze fires. Hourly's telling us, hey, this one looks like it wants to move up. So watch this one tomorrow for a move up in oil and Valero. And then let's go into BA. So BA here is back testing this previous breakout that had back tested here, held, come back here, and it's holding again. Now we're forming a bullish pennant on BA. So stochastics is telling us the bottom is almost there. It's almost there. It could bounce right on the 20, just like it did before. But we like it below the 20. That signals our bottom very strong. The RSI just dipped below 50 today, but we can turn that around easy. The DMIs have been fighting with each other all week, up and down, up and down. Okay, the red is taking it in today, but we got a nice huge squeeze. Momentum is neutral. We're right in the middle. We have slight, it's just like smack right in the middle. Momentum is smack right in the middle. But what doesn't concern me about BA is the sell volume has been minimal. The sell volume has been very, very minimal. This buy volume has been massive. Buy volume massive. Sell volume recently in all this area has been way below average. Way below average. Okay. So way below sell volume on BA. I mean, today 49% of daily average volume was BA. So the sell volume doesn't really concern me. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to a 4-hour chart first. So 4-hour tells us on the stochastics that, hey, bottom is coming in. Bottom is coming in. We got a, let's see, on the RSI here. RSI isn't telling us nothing, really. Okay. Grab this here. Okay, and grab that here. All right, so we can we're gonna be excited when this line breaks here. Okay, so 4-hour chart signaling stochastics. Bottom is in. We got squeeze firing to the downside, but the volume is just minimal. The minimal volume is what kind of really stands out on BA. It really stands out that small. small volume, the small sell volume. It has big candles, but very small volume on this candles. We basically are kind of in this chop zone area between 253.80 and 244, 238 area. 238 could be tested, but I don't think so. I think it makes a higher low. I think we hold it here and then we start to move up. Let's go into the 1 hour. So here, gonna get this downtrend. So here's that downtrend on there. Okay, downtrend here. Let's see what the hourly is telling us. So no bullish divergence yet on RSIs. Let's grab that. So that's a stretch. Let's see here. Stochastics bottom there. DMI, it's telling us that that the downtrend is getting tired. Downtrend is getting tired. Volume is just getting lower and lower and lower and lower. So lower, lower, lower. Let's see where. Tomorrow, what we're gonna look at on BA is above 245 or 244. Oh, 244.10 basically. That downtrend is gonna break, and we could possibly shoot up, back up towards this 257 area, and then we could sell off again and come back down to about 250 area, maybe even lower to 248, and then form a inverse head and shoulders possibility. That's a good possibility. Probably could see it better on the 4-hour chart, where this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and then it would shoot back up, and then possibly make that right shoulder, and then right before earnings, take off and shoot on up past the 260s. Okay. All right. We did BA, Valero, XLE, AMD, IBM, Neo, QQQ, SPY, Tesla, Amazon, Facebook, Apple. Cool. Pete, did you want to add anything?
No, didn't want anything.
Can you do next? Can you do Disney, please?
Let's see. We got a couple minutes.
Disney looks really good. I think it's gonna hit $200 soon.
Let's see. We'll look at we'll look at Disney. All right, so Disney. See Disney. Okay, it's outside of its bullish channel here. So that's outside. Okay, it's outside of this channel as well. So it's kind of just been consolidating sideways. When's the earnings at? Earnings is 5/13. So that's next month. So that's about 3 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks. Let's see. 5/13. That's in like 4 weeks. 4 weeks out. Disney likes to consolidate. It does. It's a consolidator, right? So it loves to consolidate. As we could see, it just loves to go sideways, and then it pops on earnings. Right? Consolidates earnings. This one earnings didn't do nothing, but then it popped. This one's earnings popped. This one's earnings popped. This one earnings didn't pop. Well, it actually popped and then sold off, and then it popped. Here, this pretty much telling me that we could actually consolidate until earnings. We're stuck between the 20-day and the 50-day, going sideways, I would put an alert on 190 and 185, and I'd be bullish above 190 and bearish below 185, because we do have a possible bear flag on here, but we also have a possible bull flag on there as well. But we're consolidating, doing nothing, just eating premium on this one. We do have a gap fill. We have quite a few gap fills. We have a gap fill here. We have a gap fill here. Let's just put that there. We got a gap fill here. And we got major gap fill here. Okay, gap fill, gap fill. So Disney can pull back to fill this gap before earnings, or it could consolidate for a while until earnings. And you know, its past behavior says it consolidates before earnings, and then it moves. So Disney could be a consolidation. I would put those alerts. If it starts to move before earnings, then you know, you would be triggered at that 190 area or that 185 area. All right.
Hey,
Let's go into
do we have time
4-hour chart
for
first.
Microsoft?
On
After
Disney,
this,
there's a
Steve, or
squeeze
no?
on weekly as well.
Okay, one at a time, guys.
Hmm.
All right, let's see here. Let's see. 4-hour chart is could be setting up a ascending triangle. Could be. It's too early to tell. It's just consolidation for now. But if it continues to hold this uptrend and continues to hold this flat resistance, then we can be setting up a ascending triangle, and it could pop. Let's see if we see anything on the RSI here. Here. Nothing really. Nothing really. Okay. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour, kind of going sideways. Big pops and big drops. Sideways, sideways, sideways. So what does that tell us? That tells us we're in a chop zone. So we're in a chop zone here on the hourly chart. This is a chop zone. Very, very strong chop zone area. So what do we have to do? 190, right. 190, we said above that, bullish. Why? Because that's the top of the chop zone. 185, bearish below it. Why? Because that's the bottom of the chop zone. So we're going to go up and down inside of it. It's a good one to trade if you're on the right side of it. But as of right now, it's kind of stuck sideways.
How about when you're done with that, do we have like 5 minutes for Square or no, Steve?
It's already we're pushing. We got Netflix, and then we'll do Microsoft, and I'll touch on Square, but that's gotta be it, guys.
Okay.
It's run too late. All right.
I'd rather
Netflix.
Square than Microsoft, but okay.
Okay, we could do that. Netflix is in this chop zone that we said that it was in last week. It's still in it. It hasn't. Our target was 282, right? I mean 582. 582 was our target on here. So let's see here. We got a lot of feedback. I'm gonna mute that. All right. So Netflix does have a nice bull flag and a cup and handle pattern on here, which looks great. Has earnings, and that earnings is 420, which is tomorrow. So tomorrow, let's see here. We do got some nice buy volume coming in. We got earnings tomorrow. So honestly, Netflix is the first tech to do earnings. Okay, so Netflix always sets the mood for the earnings season for tech. So looking at this consolidation over a long period of time, it could be good or bad. So this is either accumulation or distribution. So we either pop up on good earnings and run, and if we do that, let's go to the weekly chart. We do that. See, that's a nice big bull flag, but we don't have that much room to the upside here. We could drop, we could definitely drop and then recover and then take off, because this bullish channel on the monthly chart is looking really good. But this bull flag on the monthly chart is looking really good as well. But I wish we had more room, because if we do pop up and we hit this top area at this, I mean, it's about 100 points away. But if we do hit that area, then we could be consolidating for a while, or end up selling off back and back testing this breakout. So kind of iffy. It's kind of iffy. I like it, but I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it. And let me see what the expected move is for Netflix. So honestly, the expected move ain't that bad. If we're if earnings is tomorrow, is it? Did I get that right? Earnings tomorrow. Earnings
Yep.
420 after market. Yeah. That's crazy that the expected move is not that large. I would expect the expected move to be a lot larger than it is right now. Expected move is very low. It's only a $30, $35, $37 range. So $37. So if we pop, right? If we move that $37, I mean, honestly, the IV is so low on this earnings. They're not expecting a big move. So it could be a blessing if it does have a big move and you are in the earnings. It could make a big giant move up. Oh, I just noticed this here. All right, so let's see. Let me hold on. Let me go into this before here. Okay, that was strong today. Let's see, 4 hour here.
Look like they want to move up.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to move up. Definitely looks like it wants to move up.
Weekly, matter of fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been preaching this. I think it wants to move up. I mean, it's had its time bouncing off the 20 SMA. Was that 4 times on the
Has
weekly?
a massive squeeze on it. Massive squeeze on the weekly.
Looks like it wants to break that downtrend on the RSI for that bearish convergence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it does move up,
it's gonna be massive.
Man, this could go to like 700. Definitely could move that high. I'm wondering if it's gonna do one of these and maybe break out of the channel and then come back in the channel and then form another bull flag maybe. So that could happen. Yeah. So I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Earnings tomorrow. Earnings are always, earnings, especially the first tech, it's either going to be great or not. And if it's whatever, then that's going to set a sell, because if it's whatever, then they're going to sell off. But honestly, I think they're going to probably do good because of COVID and everything. A lot of expectations are lower than they were. So, and maybe that's why they're expecting a small move, whereas it could definitely be a nice big move. Gap fills already filled. Nice cup and handle forming. And remember, those QQQs are forming the cup and handle. Apple's forming the cup and handle. Facebook. Did we go over Facebook already?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Facebook. Forming a massive cup and handle here. Yeah. Massive cup and handle. Held that support at 300, and that 20-day is right below it. This was actually a buy today. Let me see here. This is a definite buy today. Uptrend holding nicely. This channel is holding nicely. Let me fix that. There we go. So here is a buy on there. We do have earnings coming up, 4/28, so that's Friday. Next Friday, this next Friday. But we're anticipating that we could potentially push to 325, 338. Here we are above this breakout point here on this massive bull flag with the squeeze firing to the upside. But I would really like more follow through than what it's giving now. But it still looks good. I like Facebook. It looks great. Push through. That would be awesome. Monthly needs a. We need to push up. I think it does push up.
Yeah.
Throughout the end of the month. And
Yeah.
and then we have a big candle. We could hit 338 by the end of the month.
Yep.
We could definitely hit 338 by the end of the month. Maybe even 340. We could definitely do that. If earnings should actually do well. I don't like the. Oh, come on. All right. Oh, did it anyway. All right. I don't like the little pullback here, but as long as this channel holds, as long as this 300 level holds, then this is a buy, and it's going to be a continuous buy if it does, because we're on that breakout point, and that breakout point should tell us, hey, we're going higher.
Yeah.
Let's see, hourly.
And all those SMAs converging on the daily, just setting the bull trend up for the release of the earnings.
Yeah.
Is a solid area for it to, come down right here, hover around 300 and then pop higher, all in this channel. Consolidate, then pop higher. It gives it room to run. So these are the bull flags you want to be in, right?
Yeah.
So,
Nice bull flags setting up. Yeah, definitely it was a buy today. All right.
mm-hmm.
All right. So Facebook went over, got it. All right, all of them. Let's see.
Square.
Let's see. Okay, Square. Somebody wanted Square. Somebody wanted let's see here. Square. SQ, right? SQ. Square. All right. Square was in this consolidation area, and then it formed a W pattern. Then it popped and hit that this area, which we mentioned. I believe we mentioned this area was a sell zone. Right? We said here, this is a accumulation area, and then this was their distribution area. We pushed up, hit that area, sold off, and now we're holding this. Okay, and we are holding this area of 244, 246 area, which was our previous support zone. Okay, now it's forming a nice bull flag. It looks like it's in consolidate a little bit. It looks like it's in consolidate a little bit. It has earnings 5/6, so that's in 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. Let's see, 4 hour.
If I just want to mention, Steve, usually I've noticed Square pops really hard, either right before earnings or up into earnings. So is there any way to look back at like a couple previous earnings and see how it popped?
Let's see. Well, looking at the chart, the chart is telling us that it sells off during earnings, right? So here is a sell-off, and then it popped into earnings. Here was earnings, and then it sold off. Here was earnings, and then it sold off. And then we have earnings coming up in 5/6. So I don't see any on there. But what I do see on the chart is a nice bull flag forming and a cup and handle. Definitely cup and handle. This is a cup, and we're forming the handle here. I think we consolidate in between this area. I think this could be a bottom here at this 50-day moving average, but we also have this uptrend here that we could come test. But I think that this bull flag will hold this level of 244 area, and then it's then kind of consolidate in this zone and this zone area until earnings, and then that's gonna form that handle, and then we could pop up, and when we do, we could take it to about 300, 315, maybe even 325. Let's see here. Yep, that's squeeze forming. I think that squeeze still forms until earnings, and then it will pop off.
Yep, low sell volume on the weekly last 2 weeks. So
yeah, we're just kind of sideways consolidation in the monthly chart. Sideways consolidation. We have major sell areas here at that 280. I mean 270 to 283 area. But the more we hit it, I like this reversal candle here. We can definitely push. If we close above 259 by the end of the month, that's actually going to be a good sign that we could actually keep moving it up next month. So
yeah, that'll be 300.
looks good. Yeah,
that'll be a target to be looking for.
Yeah, 300. Yeah,
300.
Yeah, 300, 315. Yeah. All right, so that's good.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. We went over our time a little bit. We're gonna do this again on Wednesday. But as of right now, we covered quite a few stocks: Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Tesla, SPY, QQQs, NEO, BA, IBM, AMD, Valero, XLE, SQ, and Disney. Watch NEO. I'm telling you guys, NEO is one of my favorites right now. Watch it. Watch that one to move. That 50-day is going to be my major target, that 44 area.
I almost bought it today. I saw it starting to go against the market, but I was scared.
It's all right. It's all right.
How far ahead are you going on NEO for calls, Steve?
I mean, I have all different kinds, short, long. I like NEO a lot. NEO's just looking good all over the place. Let's see here. What is one thing that I want to see at NEO? NEO broke that uptrend. NEO's weekly telling us there's a possible bottom. Love that. Love that. So I mean, long, short. I mean, I like all the calls on NEO. I really do. And let me see. Let me check something. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, NEO. I think they know that NEO's gonna pop because they're pricing in. They're pricing in IV like crazy. That is insane. This is higher IV than Netflix. That's crazy. I would never even think that.
Yeah.
So obviously they're charging more for the options, and then
they know the big moves coming. They know.
Yeah. They know big.
I think we see upside on NEO.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's a descent. There's a descending triangle, right? That we have, and you know, I mean, it just makes perfect sense. For real though, because we had 2 days where we had spent bouncing off the 200 SMA, right?
Yep.
Right, on some good volume, right? So, and we have the stochastics on the daily bottoming, right? And we're getting tight and we're firing the squeeze pretty much. We'll see here tomorrow. But and NEO, once it gets started, I mean, you like Tesla at 540. When we said it was going down to, you know, there, I mean, you would like NEO here at 30, at 35, 36. I do think we'll see a lot of upside from NEO throughout the year for sure. But yeah.
Yep. All right. Cool, guys. Yeah, we covered AMD, covered all those, and yeah, we're gonna have to save other ones for Wednesday. But what we're gonna be really focusing on NEO this week. There was another one, Tesla, and IBM, hold that 137, and Valero. So those are the top picks of the week. Just quick before we go, I want to just point out VIX. VIX did pop and did hit that 20-day and put in a reversal candle. So we did have that sell off, but nothing is looking very bullish on VIX yet. So we did have a bullish divergence here, and then it broke down, and then it popped today, and then reversed as the stochastics pulled back. So as long as we don't get above that 18, we should be fine. So
Are you guys gonna repost this or so we can watch a replay of it, Steve?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording there, and then so that the recording could get ready, and then we can upload it.